Hey y'all. So I just wanted to share something really, really quick. Y'all gonna hear my baby in the background. My 1 year old. She'll be one and on Thursday, and she's definitely curious. Everything. So I wanted to share something really quick because I have been diving deep into wisdom, right? So I'm going through this time like where I have made the choice to not be the same, do the same things anymore, right? So, um, and this right here is a sign of that. Like, there's so much transition going on in my life right now, and I'm just trying to stay. But I wanted to share something. It was something that I wrote down because okay, this is a transparent moment because I talk money, right? And as I go through a journey of money and things like that, like I've never been the person to budget. No matter how many times that I've tried to budget, it just has never worked for me. Why? Because I was always overwhelmed when I looked at a budget. I had the wrong perspective. Just to be honest, I had the wrong perspective. I had the wrong mindset. I wasn't looking at it in a positive way. Look, say hi. She got the toothpick, y'all. So I just wasn't looking at budgeting in the right way. Plus, if I'm the one in the house that's trying to budget and my spouse, my husband was not on board, we just could not see eye to eye. We just were not on the same page. It was just hard. It was hard, y'all. So last week I decided to I've been studying like sinking funds and just looking at a lot of videos about budgeting, looking at a lot of organization videos because one thing I can say is that as I watch all these videos, this is something that I failed at in the past, is that I would watch all of these videos and read all of these blogs about budgeting, the Dave Ramsey, all of that stuff, right? And I would try to apply the things that I saw in these videos and everything like that to my budget. That was my first mess up, right? That's how you knew my mindset just wasn't in the right place. And we live and we learn, right? So I tried to do my budgets the exact same way that everybody else did their budgets. That's a red flag because my money life does not look like everybody else's money life. I was supposed to take things from each thing, try to apply it, and if it didn't work, then I move on to the next thing, right? So the second thing is that I didn't have any goals. I didn't have a vision. I did not think about like my family and what's valuable to me, to us as a family. I didn't look at the things that I desired to do this year or within a year, 3 years, or 5 years, right? Like a look at my family plan, right? Which is something that you have to have in place. I'm working on it, looking at my family plan and family vision and mission, right? To know how I should be budgeting and managing my finances. Because it's let me stay on task. So that's the second thing. I wasn't aligning my money with myself, my family, my marriage, what is valuable to us, the goals that we desire to reach, the things that we desire to do in our family now and in the future. Third thing is no consistency. And the reason I wasn't consistent is because I didn't have the vision. And it's hard to stay consistent when you're trying to do something to help your family, when you don't have the vision and when you aren't aligned with values or the things that you desire to accomplish for your life or your family's life. It's hard to stay consistent because if you're not looking within yourself, your plan, your purpose, your goals and values for your marriage, your family, your children, what are you looking at? Right. Y'all see what I just did? I wasn't looking here. I was looking all around me, which is what you tend to do when you don't have your own plan and your own vision. I didn't have that. We didn't have that in our household, right? It was like I knew that there were things that I desired to do and that I wanted to do, but I wasn't like really looking at that. I was looking everywhere else but at the things that I should be having my eyes on, right? So that's gonna always cause us to be inconsistent. Because if you're looking at um, Mary and her family and what they're doing and what they're accomplishing, and you looking at Susie over there and her family and everything that they're accomplishing, you like, oh yeah, oh my God, they just bought a house. Oh my God, she just got her dream car. Oh my God, she just hit $10,000 in her business. Oh my God, they just paid off debt. Oh my God, look, she's over there doing this and her family's doing this and they're going here. Oh my gosh, oh, they just renewed their vows and she finally had her dream wedding. What am I doing? I'm looking at everybody else and what they're doing, right? I'm not looking. Yeah, I can stop and take a look and be like, well, congratulations. But if I don't have my own plan and vision in place, um, then I'm looking at everybody else, and it becomes overwhelming. And you're just like, oh my God, they're doing all this stuff, and why am I not doing this? And why isn't my family doing this and stuff like that? And y'all see the feet. So this is the reason why I always failed at it. Now, I will not lie, like you and your spouse has to be on the same page. There has to be some balance and you have to have the same vision, because that can also cause a lot of inconsistency and overwhelm when it comes to budgeting and managing your finances. So I wanted to get all of that out the way just to kind of be transparent and share like what I was doing and why I could never get a grip. Like I trying to budget here and there, but I wasn't focused. So, but one thing I realized as I was going through like my budget and putting it together, and y'all, I ain't gonna lie, if budgeting isn't something that you have not always done, we just paid bills, we did this, we did that. That was it. Like we just paid bills, and as long as the bills were paid, we were good. And we still weren't looking at paper. We weren't looking at our budget. We didn't have, oh, this is coming up, that like we went from literally Friday to Friday to Friday. That's how we went. And that's not good. Like we should be going from month to month, then year to year. Like you should be able to extend your budget out. So that's what I'm working on. Anyway, as I was writing down some things like when it comes to budgeting, I kind of applied it to myself personally, looking outside of my marriage or my family when it comes to the budget and bills and expenses, the necessities, right? And I looked within myself and I was like, okay, I need a personal budget and I need a business budget for myself outside of the family. Oh my Lord. Y'all, I'll be right back. Okay, so I started to look at myself personally and my business budget, right? And I wrote down something to add into my budget, right? Because I may not have the income that I desire right now, or certain goals set out, right? So I decided to write down future expenses or future sinking fund columns or future goals that I would like to meet. For me, I'm a visual person, so how I write it and the words that I use are very important. So to like write an expense makes it seem like it's another bill. And then to even write the word goal makes it seem like it's something so big that I can't really, it's like it's too far out to reach. So I'm still working on that. But what I wrote is to write in these columns, like where we have our daily expenses, right? Put extra columns in there for things that you desire to have that will make you feel good. So for me, I want to go on a massage. I want to go get a massage every month. Like I want to have I want to have self-care days every week, but I want to have like one ultimate self-care day every month, right? So every week could be okay, I'm not going to be getting my hair and nails and things like that done. Right now it's just hair and nails and my eyebrows, right? I do all of those things at least once a month. I do that, right? But I would include those in my ultimate self-care day. So every Friday, I dub that to be my self-care day, right? Because I said, okay, I've been going to therapy every Friday, which has been tremendous for my mindset and self-care. So if I go to therapy on Fridays, I'm not trying to do nothing else. I'm not trying to work. I'm not trying to be overwhelmed by anything because I just went to therapy to get my mind right and clear my mind, right? So, so I have to leave that day clear for pretty. Yeah. So I have to leave that day clear and not do work and stuff like that. So then that puts me in a place to say, okay, my work days are Monday through Thursday, and these are the days that I'm gonna work on my business. So then that means I have to be even more intentional about what I'm doing Monday through Thursday because now I have a 4-day work week. So, okay, therapy is one of those columns on my budget now. I have a budget for therapy. I go every 2 to 3 weeks. So every 2 weeks, depending on what I'm going through, or every 3 weeks if I'm good, okay? So we know that that goes in the budget. That's something that I desire to have and I need, right? Then I want to implement massages. Now I need to either every 2 weeks or once a month go get a massage. That's another expense in the budget. My hair and nails, and then I want to add pedicures because I'm like, okay, I could go get my nails done and be cute. I could do my hair. Sometimes I'll do my own hair, or if I desire to pay somebody to go, get my hair done or whatever it is, that's another expense in the budget. Um, it could be I don't know, take myself to dinner. I don't know, buy a bottle of wine. I don't know. Just different things that makes us feel good. Because I think as moms, especially if you're the person that manages the finances in the house, it doesn't have to feel overwhelming like all the time. Now, if you're just starting out and it's something new for you, it's going to feel that way. It feels that way for me now because we're learning what works for us, which is the most important thing. But to make budgeting feel a little more better and give you that sense of, okay, this is worth working on or working towards, is when you put things in the budget that's valuable to you. What I've noticed is that with budgets, all we see is rent, lights, utilities, debt, the children, car maintenance. Like, these are always the main things that are in the budget. But I do believe that we need to add more things that really give us a sense of freedom in our budget. And when you put it that way too, it's like you can look at your income and say, okay, I can have my husband's income will cover the house and the bills, and my income or my business or this extra source of income can cover this and cover that. So even in my business, I make it my business to make extra money or set money aside or contribute to these things that make me feel good, which in the financial literacy world would be a sinking fund. So every week as I make money in my business, I contribute to the household with bills or savings. Or if my husband's income is covering the house, then now my income can cover things that my husband's income can't cover, like savings, like a credit card debt, like paying down this credit card this month, or saving towards this goal, this birthday this month. But then also I'm like, okay, I got to make money too so I can take care of myself. Because if I never have extra money to cover these other expenses, which would be hair, nails, massage, therapy, a date night out with myself, or buy myself this, or if I want that luxury bag or whatever, I don't get to get those things, right? So I feel like it puts a little more intention into the budgeting, not just, okay, I got to pay this bill and that bill. This is my cue to go, y'all. So I just wanted to share that for you to write down, like, add another column to your budget and make it yours. And put the things that you desire to do every month, because when we just look at our household stuff, we forget about ourselves. And then that's how we begin to lose ourselves. And that's how we neglect ourselves and don't take care of ourselves when we know we want to look good and have new clothes and have our nails done and feel good and get massages and stuff like that. Like, we have to do these things for ourselves. So I just wanted to share that. It's my cue to go, y'all.